Hello, it's Sarah from Don't Lie to Me. You bought a television. You thought you were buying a screen to watch Netflix, maybe stream some YouTube, put on the game. Simple enough. But that television is doing three things right now that nobody told you about. It's selling your internet connection to strangers. It's taking screenshots of everything you watch. And if a criminal decides to route that traffic through your TV, the police will come to your door. Let's start with what security researchers found in June 2026. A company called Spur Intelligence scanned over 6,000 apps on LG and Samsung smart TVs. What they found should make you furious. 34.1% of those apps, more than 2,000 of them, contained hidden code called residential proxy SDKs, software designed to secretly sell your internet bandwidth to total strangers. On LG televisions, it was even worse. 42.5% of LG WebOS apps were running this code, nearly half. On Samsung Tizen, it was 26.5%. The biggest player behind this is a company called Bright Data. They used to be called Luminati Networks, and before that, they were born out of the Hola VPN scandal, where Hola was caught selling their users bandwidth without telling them. They changed their name. They didn't change their business model. Bright Data claims to have over 400 million residential IP addresses. 400 million. And your smart TV might be one of them. Here's how it works. An app on your TV, maybe a game, maybe a utility, contains this hidden SDK. Even when you're not using the app, even when the TV appears to be off, it routes internet traffic from strangers through your home connection. Your IP address becomes an exit node for AI web scrapers, data harvesters, and who knows what else. That means someone else's web browsing, someone else's data scraping, potentially someone else's crimes, all appear to come from your internet connection, from your home address. Samsung finally banned these proxy SDKs on August 3, 2026, after researchers found the code in a Samsung Editor's Choice game called Pac-Man. An Editor's Choice app. Samsung's own seal of approval, running a hidden proxy network on your TV. LG announced they're banning them too, but think about that for a second. These SDKs were embedded in thousands of apps running on millions of televisions for years, and the manufacturers had no idea, or worse, they didn't care. But hold on, because as bad as that is, it's only layer 1. Layer 2 is something called automatic content recognition, or ACR, and it's been built into your television for years. Your smart TV takes a screenshot of everything on its screen, every 500 milliseconds, that's 2 times per second, 7,200 screenshots per hour. And it doesn't just capture the built-in apps, ACR works on every input, your HDMI devices, your cable box, your gaming console, your laptop if you've plugged it in. If you have a security camera feed displayed on your TV, it captures that. If you cast personal photos from your phone, it captures those. If you're on a private video call through your TV, it captures that too. Each screenshot is fingerprinted, matched against a database of content, and that data is sold to advertisers. The TV manufacturers are quite literally watching what you watch and selling that information to the highest bidder. In 2017, the FTC caught Vizio doing this. They tracked 11 million televisions without consent. 11 million. The FTC fined them $2.2 million. Do the math on that. 2.2 million divided by 11 million televisions. That's 20 cents per TV violated. 20 cents. That's not a punishment. That's a business expense. In December 2025, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton sued Samsung, LG, Sony, Hisense, and TCL. Texas called automatic content recognition, and I'm quoting here, an uninvited, invisible digital invader. Texas issued temporary restraining orders against Samsung and Hisense. Samsung settled. But the damage was already done to millions of consumers who never knew their TV was watching them. And here's the most insidious part. When you set up your TV, enabling ACR takes one click during setup. But if you want to find out what you actually agreed to, you need to scroll through more than 200 separate privacy policy screens. One click to give away your privacy. 200 screens to understand what you gave away. And even if you do disable it, ACR has a habit of silently turning itself back on after firmware updates. Samsung and Vizio are the worst offenders for this. But we're not done, because Layer 3 is where this goes from creepy to dangerous. Layer 3 is where your television can actually get you arrested. In March 2026, the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center, IC3, issued a formal public service announcement. The title was about evading residential proxy networks. The FBI warned that criminals are routing their internet traffic through innocent people's home devices, through your smart TV, through your compromised apps. Criminals specifically obtain residential proxy IP addresses in the same city as their victims to bypass bank fraud detection systems. So a criminal commits fraud and the traffic appears to come from your house. Because technically it did. It came through your television. Now you might be thinking, surely law enforcement knows the difference between an IP address and a person. Surely they understand that an IP address doesn't prove who did something. They don't. The Electronic Frontier Foundation published a white paper called Unreliable Informants. They documented case after case where police treated an IP address like it was a person's identity. MaxMind, the IP geolocation company, admitted their data is wrong 12% of the time. 1 in 8 lookups points to the wrong location. The EFF compared using an IP address to identify someone to acting on an anonymous tip, unconstitutional, but police do it every day. There's a man named Nolan King. ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, raided his home. They seized 6 of his hard drives. His crime? He was running a Tor exit node. He wasn't a criminal. He was supporting a privacy tool. But police saw his IP address in an investigation, and they treated that IP address like a confession. In another case, a man's life was destroyed because a police officer made a typo in an IP address, a single keystroke error. An innocent man lost 18 months of his life because police couldn't tell the difference between one IP address and another. Now combine all of this. Your smart TV is running hidden proxy software. Criminals route their traffic through your television. Police see your IP address connected to a crime. They don't understand that an IP address isn't proof. And they show up at your door? This isn't speculation. Hydraulics, a cybersecurity firm, published a report in 2025 titled, and I'm quoting, "Innocent victims face law enforcement scrutiny due to proxy misuse." Grey Noise analyzed 4 billion sessions showing residential proxy abuse at industrial scale. Synthient published research in June 2026 called "Who Are the Victims of Residential Proxies?" This is an active, documented problem that the security industry is tracking. But the television manufacturers, they built the door and walked away. So let's recap. Layer 1. Your TV secretly sells your internet bandwidth to AI scrapers and data harvesters through thousands of compromised apps. 34% of all smart TV apps. 42% on LG. Layer 2. Your TV takes screenshots of everything on its screen every half second, including HDMI devices, cable, your laptop, your security cameras, your personal photos, and it sells that viewing data to advertisers. Layer 3. When criminals route their traffic through your TV, the police come to your house. Because police treat an IP address like a person, even though the EFF proved that's unconstitutional, And even though IP geolocation is wrong 12% of the time. You bought a television. They turned it into a surveillance device, a web scraper, and potential evidence against you. Nobody asked for this. Nobody consented to this. The manufacturers knew, or should have known, and the regulators did nothing meaningful. 20 cents per TV. That was the price of betraying 11 million customers. If you want to protect yourself, go into your TV settings right now. Disable automatic content recognition. Disable data collection. Disable personalized advertising. Delete apps you don't use. Check your router for unusual traffic. It won't fix everything, but it's a start. If you want more content like this, subscribe and hit the bell, like this video, and let me know in the comments, did you know your TV was doing this? All sources are in the description. Verify everything. Don't trust me. Trust the documents. I'm Sarah, and they're lying to you. Take care of each other.